Time now for the Crusaders TV Player of the Week. And of course, the Crusaders TV Player of the Week is brought to you by Sherwood Ford the Giant. And I'm joined by arguably a giant right now for the Sherwood Park Crusaders. For Tyler Maltby is the Crusaders TV Player of the Week. As well, he was named the Can Alta Hotels AJHL Player of the Week for the second week of November. 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Tyler, you're back atop the leaderboard in terms of scoring in the AJHL, not only in points but in goals as well. What a wild week for you guys. Ended up winning 3 games, and now you've won 5 in a row, longest winning streak of the season. Just talk about the week that it was last week.
Yeah, I think we were able to go into Drayton, and they kind of gave it to us the last time we were there, so I think we had a little bit of extra incentive there, so we were able to come out of there with a W pretty handily. I think our coaches and our team kind of thought that was probably one of our better efforts of the year. I think we only gave up 11 shots or something like that, so it's definitely a good game for us. And then coming back home playing Whitecourt, that's always a tough game there. I think they were first in the league at the time, and so they're doing really well. So coming out of that, letting in 5 goals isn't exactly what we're trying to do, but we put up 8, and that's pretty good for us. And that's a really good hockey team. So if you can come out a win against them any game, it's pretty good job by the team. And yeah, again with Drayton, we had a bit of a slow start, but we were able to come out with the W, and that's what we're looking for in the end.
Yeah, exactly. They don't ask how, just how many. But let's talk about that Friday game against Whitecourt, because yeah, they were the top team in the AJHL. You come in, you put up 4, you chase Pierce Diamond, arguably one of the best, if not the best goalie in the year, in the league this year right now. And what was it like after the first period, coming into the room and saying, wow, we just put up 4 goals against Whitecourt?
Yeah, I think we were pretty excited. I think maybe a little bit too excited. They were able to kind of claw their way back in a little bit. Thankfully we were able to take over by the end. But yeah, chasing him early was huge. I think by the end of the first, we were all over them. They didn't have very many shots. We were all moving the puck pretty well, keeping everything simple, getting on their D, which we wanted to do from the start of the game. And I don't know, my line especially was just moving the puck pretty well, and yeah, we're just able to find the net.
First period might have been best first period you've seen in a long time. I don't know, for you, what does it rank up in terms of first periods as a Crusader?
Yeah, from a team standpoint, we were just completely dominant. Like I said, it was nice seeing that too, especially we've had some struggles stringing together some games here, so getting those 5 in a row is pretty good. But playing as good as we did in Drayton Valley and coming in against Whitecourt and starting off like that was a good sign. And I think this team's definitely a lot different than when we were a couple months ago. I think we had our growing pains, but I think we're kind of stepping into our stride now. I think we're definitely a team to be reckoned with.
And then the next afternoon, less than 24 hours later, take on Drayton Valley. That one, again, a goal and assist for you. You had 1 goal, 3 assists against Whitecourt, and you followed it up Sunday. You mentioned a bit of a slow start. They came in pretty probably PO'd after getting shellacked in Fort McMurray the night before, but you guys weathered the storm and pulled away ultimately.
Yeah, I think we didn't start the game too well. They had scored in their first shift there, so that wasn't good, but we were able to get one late at the end of the first and kind of get our way back into the game. And I think we had our chances throughout the game. I think our third period was very good too. We didn't really give them a sniff, but like I said, we need to be able to start games like that against it doesn't matter the opponent. We need to have good starts. They can hop, any team in this league can hop in early. Drayton Valley obviously not doing it as hot as they hoped, but first shift, all it took was 1 shift in the first shift of the game, and they were able to take a lead. So it was a good effort. I'm glad we finished well. We just got to work on our starts, and we'll be good.
And for you, right now you're playing with, we could have had all 3 guys up here, you, Ty Reven, and Reven Atwal. Just what's it been like with them and the chemistry that you guys been able to have last little bit playing with those guys? It's quite astonishing to watch.
Yeah, first time playing with Arch, but he just fits right into the role. I think he might hound the puck better than a lot of other people in this league. He's always seeming to cause turnovers on the forecheck, and that's perfect for me and Ty. Me and Ty and Arj obviously too, especially, we're able to make plays together. I feel like it's really easy. I know they're going to be all the time, so a lot of times it's just kind of cycling the puck to certain spots and working things to the net. And yeah, I think we've got quite a few points combined over the last 4 or 5 games, so yeah, it's definitely working. And I think Ty's especially is shooting the puck a lot more this year than he was last year. I think he wasn't as confident with his shot, but he definitely is confident with his plays. But this year he's actually be able to let a couple go, and he scored a couple of nice goals just by simply shooting the puck. So it's going really well for us right now.
And for you, that allows you to be a little more deceptive, because those guys hover around and are very sneaky. And when you have 3 or 4 guys draped all over you, if you're taking that puck to the net, and a couple times you took it to the net and then dished it off, and then it ends up in the back of the net. Either Arjun scores or Ty ends up scoring. Do you find that that's allow you, playing with those guys, to be more deceptive this year, not be one-dimensional like we saw last year, putting up 41 goals and not as many as assists, whereas, this year it's a pretty good ratio where you're sitting.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think Ty's shot and Arjun's shot are definitely starting to worry teams more than me just being able to kind of shoot the puck. I think that, Arj scored 2 against Drayton Valley. Ty's got at least 4 in the last 6 probably, so we're putting up a lot of points obviously, but they're definitely able to put the puck in line. It's not as much pressure on me just to kind of take all the shots. I think that, like I said, if I'm going to the net, there's going to be, at least I'll be able to draw some pressure and I'll kick it out one of them, and I'm no worry in my mind that they'll be able to put the puck away, so it's a good feeling. And
what's good about your team right now too is both top 6 lines are really going with the likes of Rotundo, Dykstra, and Tanner Younghens. And someone said to me the other day, well, all we got to do is shut down Maltby's line and we'll be good. And I said, well, not the way they're playing, because you got to look at Alex Rotundo and Tanner and Matt. What does that mean to you when you hear that, and then obviously you guys back it up in terms of depth, and it just goes to show that this team is becoming a little more than one-dimensional or a one line?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's good to hear. I think that obviously it's going to help us get more W's, and that's what this is essentially about. But yeah, that's one of the more well-balanced lines I think we see throughout our league. There's size there. There's good skating there. Tanner's around the net is one of the best in the league. I think Dykstra, Roddy improved his skating a ton over the summer. He's a different player completely. Dykstra's big and can move real well, so it's a really good line, and I think that they've been very consistent with it throughout the whole season. I think me and Ty, and we had struggles finding who was else going to fit on our line, and then Arj kind of stepped in there, and we've been hot as of recent, and you got to keep that going. But I think that line especially has been one that's been consistent since day one, and that's good to see, because we need that line throughout the year just to add scoring, just to help our team, because like I said, it's all about getting those wins.
All right, big weekend for this group. You're hot right now. The team has won 5 in a row, and you wrap up the season series against the Spruce Grove Saints, and the team that really has, been a thorn in your side, not only this year, but we don't have to go back to the years previous, but really this year they've had your number. The games haven't been as close as we might have thought they've been, but you guys are playing much better, and probably a different team compared to the last time you guys played, and especially last time you guys played them here. What are going to be some keys of Friday night and as well as this weekend on Saturday when you go to Spruce Grove?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like you said, I think that's something that as a team we're stressing a lot, is we're a different team than we were, say, 3 weeks to a month ago. I think, like I said, we were going through some growing pains, and that's what teams do. New coaching staff, everything like that. There's obviously going to be some changes, and we just need to grow into it as a team. But I think everybody's kind of bought in now, and we figured out what it's going to take to win, and it's going to be different, I think, this time. I think around, the games will just be different against Spruce. I think, they were in our head a little bit before. We're not going to lie about it. I think it's pretty obvious. But I think, like I said, we're a different team, and it's just going to be a different game.
And for you, it's kind of our first time being able to check in with you this year. Committed to Arizona State. Kind of thought that you might not be back this year, and we talked about that over the summer, that you're back and ready to make a mark, and you're definitely making a statement this year. But what's been the message from Coach Greg Powers down in Arizona for you this year? What does he want you to do and work on certain things, that kind of thing?
Yeah, no, for sure. He's I'm in a lot of contact with him usually. I think we have a pretty good relationship. So just last week, actually, I ended up signing my letter of intent to go to Arizona, so that was a good feeling, and we were both pretty excited about that. It's been a long time coming, but he just wants to see me improve and do well. I think that, like Kyle mentioned in the summer, I think that a big part of what I can learn this year is not necessarily on the ice, but off the ice. I think with leadership skills and things like that, moving in because I'll be going there at 21, just to be able to be some sort of kind of a leader in that room, not necessarily the leader, but a leader in that room when I step in there, and not being as young. But yeah, he's always been supportive. He loves what we're doing. Obviously, right now, we're winning games, and I think we're all improving as players, not just myself. So he's happy right now, and hope to keep him happy for the rest of the year.
All right, it's been a treat to watch you guys of late. The Sherwood Park Crusaders home to the Spruce Grove Saints on Friday, and then they travel across town to Spruce Grove on Saturday night for 2 games this weekend. Tyler, thanks a lot. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah, thanks very much.